It's the Jack and Nick Horror Show.
Hello, Nick.
Hi, Jack.
I should be saying this like, hi, Nick, because it's so hot this summer.
Mm-hmm. Especially, like, dude, these past couple of days, I kind of wanted to die until it became cold again. And I say cold, but I mean like 80 degrees coming down from over 100 and stuff. I can't. And I don't even think it was 100. I think it's this motherfucking heat index that got me.
The heat
And
index
that's not
made it feel like 105, but it's not the 105 that's like California and Nevada or 105.
No.
It is 105. Put a trash bag over your head, tie it with no holes.
Right. There were nights I was getting like 3 hours of sleep.
Yep.
And then like waking up and just being like, I can't even do this. I can't lay in this bed. I should have bought another air conditioner from my bedroom, but I kind of can't because of, things.
Situations.
There's things. Exactly.
Yep.
So that sucks. That all sucks. But it's okay.
I bought a new air conditioner for my house, and it doesn't, it cools, but I miscalculated because I have that loft area, so all the air just goes right up to there, and the loft area is still hot as fuck, so I have no... Hi, everybody, we have a horror show.
Right, or a podcast.
Don't
Jack. Even know.
I'm Jack, and that's Nick.
Like, air conditioning repair podcast.
But there's a reason we're bringing this up, because this is our summer spectac.
The summer spectac, full of fishes and beaches and bloodins.
And we're going to find out why...
I said bloodins. That's not a word, and I also want to make sure people didn't think I was talking about some drug thing or something.
Yep.
Because winners don't use drugs, is what the FBI told me when I used to play video games in the arcade.
Well, it's true. But besides that, we're going to find out why Nick said he does not like aquatic horror.
Oh yeah, so I don't even like aquatic horror, but here we are doing an aquatic horror movie, and that's that. But
we'll discuss that later when we listen to or read through your favorite aquatic horror movies, and then that's it. There's one thing
right.
I
when we
I
said
do want to mention.
Wait, when we said you meant the listeners.
Yes.
If you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, you saw that we asked for your suggestions for aquatic movies.
We're not going to read your mind.
No, we can't do that yet, but in a few years probably. But so you can check all that out and stay listening because you might hear your own name on our silly show.
That's true. So real quick, before we jump into the ocean or the beach, whatever, there's this whole thing going on Twitter, and this is going to date this show, but I don't care. It is about the Saska twins.
Saska,
whatever. Sorushka.
The Super Soska brothers,
the Soska brothers,
used to call them.
They've been remaking Rabbit for, I think, like 5 years now. They finally have it together and released a trailer, and they've been promoting it. And there have been a parent group of people, let's just say, could be dude bros, could be not, whatever, that have attacked them and said that this looks like dog shit or whatever, and they had it out with them. There was like a little Twitter feud. And then those people, apparently, I didn't follow the whole story, so I could be wrong. I've been wrong before about, different choices of friendships and whatnot. But the thing is that people are just complaining about them, saying that, oh, they're putting up offensive material, and it's like a shot that's on Rue Morgue of like some girl's mouth half there.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden Twitter just erupted with save this Soska twins, or save this one and save that one. I put out a tweet and it didn't get too much of a response, but it's something I wanted to bring up on the show because it is a big thing that plagues the horror world, and that is piracy. And the one thing that the horror people will do is put out all these tweets, as Nick calls it and everybody else calls it, slacktivism, where it's like retweet, hey, free the Saskas, this is bullshit, Twitter, right? But I'm not saying everybody now, so don't take offense if you're listening to this and go, but you said, don't do that. Because I'm not saying you in particular, I'm saying for the people that have stolen, let's say, their movies or other independent horror film director movies and never paid for them. And you just have them on your hard drive, and then you're going to sit there and go, oh, goddamn you, Twitter. Goddamn you, dude bros. Kicking the Saskas off of here. You're a hypocrite. Plain and simple. You will like and retweet that shit, but you won't rent or buy any of the movies that those two girls put out. You'd rather steal it. So why don't you put forth your effort and put your money where your mouth is and start renting this shit? Not just from them, but from everybody. Instead of stealing shit. There are so many platforms. I mean, Nick, ever since Shudder came out, it's almost like for horror, it's really, there's no need to steal shit. You have Shudder, you have Netflix, and you have Hulu. There's no need to steal anything. Shit comes out quick.
Distribution methods have changed so much over the past 10 years.
Right.
I can't imagine why anyone would still be torrenting.
But they do.
I know, but I personally don't even know of anybody who actually does, like, of my friends or anything anymore, because I think that everybody is so bogged down with the things that they can't keep up with. It would be nice if people actually did support horror movies when they want to see them, and by either renting them or at least watching them on streaming services when they actually come out.
We're going to the theater to see them.
Oh, right. There's still theaters. Yeah. They still exist. Yeah. And I know the Soskas, just to cap off your story, they did get reinstated to Twitter, saying that with one of those stupid messages from Twitter that's like, oh, they made a mistake, Right. But fuck that. They didn't make a mistake. There was either people reporting over, like mass reporting their regular horror movie tweets, which is what really bothered me about it, because it's like, Twitter's rules are applied really inconsistently.
Right.
And I don't even know that it's so much that it was like dude bros mass doing it to them. I think it might also be someone they have, like, if you've followed over the years, the way that they've like kind of cultivated the people who are very much like online bullies to end up like running Twitter.
Yeah.
At being like okay with taking someone else down, especially if you're not the right kind of anything.
They bully people.
I don't know.
That's what they do. They bully people, and that makes them feel better about themselves.
They got reinstated, then they disappeared again, and now they're back again. And we really like the Soska Sisters movies, at least.
Most of them. I don't like all of them.
I mean, I really like American Mary.
That one's good. The hooker in the trunk should stay in the trunk and
the hooker in the trunk is terrible. But that was their first one. Yeah. American Movie is their second, and they also American Movie. No, not that one. American Mary is their second, and it's very good. One of my early favorites when we first started podcasting, and there was another one that they did, the shorts that they've done, like V is for Vagina from ABC's of Death 2, or was it T is for Tentacles?
It's one of them. But they were also in the Astro.
There was a whole bunch of stuff. There was a vagina full of tentacles, so it's hard to remember where there was V or T.
I think I dated one of them.
I don't think you did.
Nah. Maybe.
No. Oh, you mean the tentacles? Oh, yeah. Well, so
anyway, they called her Octopussy.
Oh, there you go. That's disgusting. In like people, if you don't actually support movies, or like we talk about something cool and then you go to torrent it, instead of watching it, fuck you. Like, seriously, fuck
You know what?
you.
You know what the excuse, and we're gonna jump off or boxing or whatever the fuck. We're gonna go off of this and we're gonna go into the beach and we're gonna have a fun time. But the one excuse I always hear that drives me fucking crazy is, well, I don't have the money or the job or any of that kind of shit to pay for it. Okay, well, there's a thing. What you do is you do with what you have. You know what I mean? When I didn't have a job, when I was making $5 an hour, I wasn't buying shit. You know, I actually enjoyed life more than honesty, because like I would be like, hey, I got $10 to spend this week. What am I gonna do? What did I buy though? At times, Dwarf on Golf. It was shit I didn't need, but it was like, oh my god, I got money. But then I realized, oh yeah, I gotta save it. But the point is though that like if you don't have the means to get something that you really want to see, there's tons of shit out there that might be better than the thing that you want to see that you can watch for like $5 a month on Shudder or whatever. And they're not paying us; they don't even care about us. They don't even know we exist.
Right.
But I'm just saying that's pretty damn cheap. $5 is pretty cheap. So you have options, that's all. But don't act like you're saving somebody on Twitter and you care about somebody on Twitter and then go and steal the same shit from those people that you so care about. I can't get behind people like that. So
Yeah,
my apologies if you're offended. My deepest apologies. Just if you're really sad, just let me steal something of yours and we'll be good. Anyway, I'll get off my goddamn soapbox. Nick.
Yeah.
Let's get in the car. I'll drive.
Yeah, you drive.
Yeah. I'll turn on the air conditioning.
Yeah, I need that.
And then we're both going to go onto the beach in our swimming trunks, but also shirts. I'm not going to take off my shirt in front of you.
No, me neither.
All right, good.
I don't want to offend the public.
As a matter of fact, I might wear like a pants too, like
That's
over
fine.
my swimming trunks. And
that's warm, but
yeah. But I'll bring a fan too.
might as well.
All right, we'll be back.
Aquatic.
Piranha 3D came out in 2010, directed by Alexander Aja. Cast includes Elizabeth Shue, Jerry O'Connell, Richard Dreyfuss, Ving Rhames, Christopher Lloyd, Eli Roth, Stephen R. McQueen. Yes, he is related. Jessica Cesar, Kelly Brook, Riley Steele, Adam Scott, and Paul Scheer, Dina Meyer, and a bunch of other people. Okay, this is off of IMDb. We have... that's written by the Weinstein Company. Fuck them. Written by Lation Rec. After a sudden underwater earthquake that releases thousands of prehistoric piranha just in time for spring break. This is bad, this is broken English, but whatever. As the spring breakers party at Lake Victoria, the piranhas attack, and local police, friends, and family must work together to stop it. Nick.
Yeah.
This is a aquatic horror movie that you enjoy.
Yeah, in fact, it's probably maybe my favorite aquatic horror movie, along with like Jaws. It's not quite like Jaws. Obviously, there are many significant differences if you've seen this or if you have not. And this is Piranha 3D, but I don't think, is it available in 3D anywhere anymore? Like, can you buy it with glasses or what?
On Blu-ray you can, but you need the 3D TV. But I think that is out of print now. I'm not 100% sure. I just have the regular version, and ever since I got PSVR, I've been banging my head in the wall saying, damn it. Because one thing about... And why are we doing Piranha 3D, you might ask? Why not Jaws? Why not something else? because Piranha 3D is fucking great, and it deserves to be talked about more.
Yeah, really.
Especially now, since like this kind of movie you can't release in theaters at all now, because if you did, you'd be deemed a piece of shit, because there's boobs in it, and it's true. I mean, it's true. The only time
it's
you can
true that there are boobs in it.
no,
Yes,
it's true. Yeah, of course. And it's just a fun, silly, stupid movie where Alexandra Aja is making fun of America, and that's you gotta love it. Because
right. I mean, he's made some other great movies.
Oh, God, yeah.
The Hills Have Eyes remake, Haute Attention.
well, yes, and he also just made Crawl, which is out in theaters now with the killer alligator, the movie that you refused to watch.
Oh, and by the way, our box office estimates are like way higher than what that movie made. It did not do that great.
I think it made 11 million. I think that's what I said, wasn't it?
No,
You said like 50.
I said 50 to 80 if it's a hit,
No.
and I said, yeah, I did. Go back.
I know,
and listen.
no, and I said no.
Yeah, and you still went too high.
Whatever. It still made money,
yeah.
though. It made
Well,
$11 million. It's not bad. It made its budget back, so that's all that matters. But anyway.
Crawl is another movie with an aquatic creature that I probably won't watch because I'm really bored at aquatic creatures. And I'll tell you the secret reason why.
After the break.
Oh, I really want to say it now. All right, fine, after the break. But
Oh, go ahead. Tell me.
this movie is particularly great for several reasons. Like, yeah, it is really just a dumb B movie
It's
at
stupid.
times.
It's
Absolutely stupid. And I mean that in a great way, where old movies that you know a lot of people cherish and stuff. If you look at them, or if you saw them today, you'd be like, "This movie is just dumb." But you know, it's
a modern trash movie for its time.
Exactly.
It was a 2010 movie. It wasn't homaging the 80s. Sure, Richard Dreyfuss is in there as not Hooper, but it's Hooper. But even though it's not, whatever. I know it's 70s into 80s, but it's a 2010 movie that takes place in 2010, and it's a fun, silly, kind of quote unquote throwback movie, but not. It kind of projected or gave a big push to like Sharknado and that kind of shit. If you think about it, like 2010, there wasn't anything like Piranha coming out.
Definitely not. And I mean, in general, every movie that comes out nowadays has to be like super serious.
Yeah.
Except for a small handful every now and again, like especially in theaters, because
Right.
like we're getting. I just saw the trailer today for Zombieland 2. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I think it's called Zombieland Double Tap. And when I first heard that they were making another Zombieland like 10 years too late, I was like, why bother? The first was good. You don't need another. And then I watched the trailer, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Because they really, at least in the trailer, I don't know about the movie. I haven't seen it yet. It doesn't come out till October. But in the trailer, they absolutely nail the we're not taking ourselves seriously tone
Right.
that the first one did, too. And I'm really looking forward to that. And this movie also has that sort of thing. You know, it's like the movies that Eli Roth thinks he's making are movies like this, Piranha, where there's a ton of blood in this movie, ton of gore, people being ripped apart by piranha, but and there's like dumb, goofy cornball humor, but it's good, and like the movie itself is good, because when you watch like an Eli Roth movie and there's like cornball humor, it is at the wrong time, it is at the wrong place, and you just go, it's a fucking Eli Roth movie, you know. I like Eli Roth movies, but I know, but when I say I like his movies, I don't like love everything that he makes. Like, yes, that's a good movie. Not every time, especially not every time. He's made some garbage in there.
It happens.
Yeah, but he makes garbage with occasional good stuff in it. Whereas I feel like this movie, Piranha, has like fun bits throughout. I mean, especially with like the cast, who it's full of. Do you want me to read it off IMDb? You said Richard Dreyfuss.
I already did.
Yeah, you did.
I gave everybody.
Right, but I want to go over their parts a little here.
Sure.
Ving Rhames being a comic relief deputy of sorts. You got Elizabeth Shue in it. I don't, do you want to talk about that?
I love Elizabeth Shue.
There you go.
Ever since Adventures in Babysitting and Cocktail.
You got Christopher Lloyd playing a crazy doctor type dude.
They had him for one day. And they shot for 23 hours with him.
Yeah, and he only does movies that he thinks are interesting these days or something like that. So he thought this was a great idea. So good for him. Yeah. Jerry O'Connell is in it playing an absolute dickbag. And he's pretty good at it. And it's fun. Other people in the movie are like Adam Scott is in it. And I mean, it's like I feel like because they're actual name actors who know how to play parts, it lifts the whole movie up. Whereas, like, when you're watching, like, the normal trash that you or I would watch, there's nothing about it that's, like, redeeming, really. It's just us going, oh, I love trash, like a fucking movie raccoon, right?
We're movie trash pandas.
Exactly. We're movie trash pandas. Man, that would have been a good name for this podcast.
Somebody's going to fucking take it. There's going to be
it's God damn it.
Coming soon, movie trash panda podcast.
Oh, hang on. I got it. TM, trademark Jack and Nick Horror Show. You can't use that now.
Yep.
I'm writing it on this piece of paper. I don't have paper. I only have a pen. I'm
okay.
writing it on my hand.
It's recording,
right
too, so we're good. 9:44 p.m.
Yes, movie trash pandas. That's me and Jack, just liking our garbage. So, what else? Man, we really got to put that on a T-shirt. I don't know. So, at any rate, Piranha 3D.
Our movie trash pandas.
Did you ever see this? Well, hang on. Go back to the 3D for me for a second. Did you ever see this in 3D?
I did. I actually have a story about that, Nick. Isn't that cool?
Go ahead.
You want to go?
Yeah, I never saw it in 3D. I bought it at Walmart. It was called Piranha. Stop it. Stop. All right, tell the story.
Okay. Way back when I lived in California, my girlfriend at the time said, I refuse to watch Piranha 3D in the theater. That's disgusting. My neighbor who lived across the street was, he kind of reminded me of you, Nick, in a sense. He kind of also reminded me of Kevin Smith. Very laid back and just like, yeah, man, whatever, dude. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we can go see that fucking Piranha movie. So we went with him and one of his buddies. And they were just like, whatever, this ain't going to be fun. We put on the glasses, and he said that was the best movie he has ever seen in the movie theater. Because when he had Kelly Brook and Riley Steele swimming nude in the theater right in front of us, he was like, this is the greatest cinema treasure I have ever witnessed. It's of course it's guy fodder, and for some girls who like naked girls, there's plenty of them in there. So they completely enjoyed the movie. I completely enjoyed the movie, and girlfriend at the time still has yet to probably see that movie and never will, but that's okay. That's not her cup of tea. It used to be, but anyway, that's a whole different story. Piranha, though, I was just sitting there in awe. When people were getting torn to shreds during that massive montage of K&B effects, I was just like, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. The other 3D CGI Piranha stuff, I was like, this is god-awful. I can't even watch it. It's bad.
Oh, and it looks even worse today. The CGI in this movie.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's terrible, and it's not enjoyable either. It's like, it's just, it's the downfall, but it's just, the time.
Right, but there is a big party scene where everyone gets eaten by piranha that they were warned about not going in the water over, but went in anyway, and whatever. It is so gory and so ridiculous. I mean, like, what can you even compare it to? It's an absolute grinder of a scene, right?
I would say probably close would be From Dusk Till Dawn, of when everybody gets attacked, but it's not even as violent as this. when people get their face or their scalp pulled off and it pulls their entire face off, and there's just a lot. If you, I mean, this is a 9-year going on 10-year movie soon, so you have probably seen it. Now, another reason why we're doing this is we were talking about doing an aquatic art show and like a summer spectac, and that's what this is. But Nick and I were on another podcast which started after this movie, and we never got to review it. We reviewed the sequel, which I don't recommend. I know you. I think you liked it a little bit, didn't you?
I was fine with it because again, it's now I think that it doesn't age well because a lot of the jokes were like late 00s jokes, as it was, late 2000. What do we call that decade on this show? Do we have a name for it? The aughts, the 00s.
I don't even know.
Like,
I don't
like
want to
they
make
got to throw David Hasselhoff. Like they got to throw David Hasselhoff in there and stuff.
That was the thing that happened in the aughts, like where they have to throw in the celebrity cameo to make a big deal about it, like the Ted movie with Flash Gordon and the fucking I Love You Man with Lou Ferrigno, and they have to say, "All right, fuck you, Hulk, let's fight." It's like, okay, we get it. And then Piranha 3D, Double D did. Hey everybody, it's David Hasselhoff playing himself. Ha ha ha. That kills your movie. Like people aren't going to give a shit if David Hasselhoff is in your fucking movie.
Right. I mean, back then maybe they would have, but
they didn't.
I don't think that they did. But I think that it just wasn't. I don't think that a lot of the jokes in it would age well because of that. And, like, that's what happens when you use timely or topical jokes, especially, like, in the past 10 years. One of the ways that comedy has really changed is everything has turned to sort of being, like, meme-based humor, So something will be funny this month, and it will not be funny next month because you've seen it 10,000 times. But a movie takes 6 months to a year to come out. They're going to have a scene that references the thing that happened like 2 years ago. This especially happens with kids' movies. I find more. I'm a parent now, right? So I see like in the trailers and stuff for like Angry Birds 2, there will be like a joke from like 3 years ago that was on the internet, and it finally got to kids.
Yeah, because they were recording it 3 years ago, and then they finally animated it all the time.
So the same thing happens though with a movie like, from like the topical, not topical, but like timely jokes are not going to play well today. But I still think that the sequel to this was called Piranha 3 Double D, and it was incredibly stupid. And again, a trashy movie. So if you're a horror movie trash panda, what do we just call ourselves? A movie trash panda?
Yeah,
horror movie trash panda. Let's say it like that. When we get the T-shirt of it,
we are
you can watch it if you have that 2 hours of your life to waste on garbage. Sure.
I think that was like an hour and 18 minutes actually, and it felt like like 2 hours.
But there's other Piranha movies too. Do you want to talk about those at all?
Yeah, I do. Briefly, the first Piranha movie made by Joe Dante is just absolutely fun. It's as fun as this, except it's not all about boobies and spring breakers, and it's a completely different movie. And that's another thing I totally respect about this one, is it's like it's its own movie. It's like, nope, we don't need to. But it's Joe Dante, so if you like Gremlins and all that kind of stuff, and this movie's kind of dark because the piranhas eat kids in that movie. And it's fun. If you can, get the Blu-ray or the DVD, because Joe Dante giving commentary on any movie, especially Gremlins, Gremlins 2, and Piranha, is fantastic. The guy is like Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino wrapped up in a Joe Dante. But, yeah, definitely enjoyable film. Have you seen the original Piranha?
I can't remember which of the originals I saw because I remember like bits and pieces of them because that was like Sunday afternoon on cable viewing that I saw like once. So I don't know which ones I saw. Aren't there? How many did you say there were of the original? Was there 2 or
There
3?
was Piranha. I know there's Piranha 2, the Spawning, which I really like. The Piranha 2. That's the one that's what's his name directed? James Cameron. That's where I believe he met Lance Henriksen. Because Lance Henriksen was in it. And that one is the Flying Piranha. That flew to the beach. It's so fucking stupid. But I don't know. I don't think there were any more piranhas. I know there was like a Piranha Cotta movie.
Now, there was one in 1995. I think I saw the James Cameron one because I remember it wasn't the first one. And I mean, part of me wants to say it was the third one, but I don't think that sounds right. So I'm going to say I saw the second one, but I vaguely remember people getting bit by piranhas.
I can't remember what happened with Piranha. I think James Cameron started to direct it, and then he said, fuck this, and then they got Olivoassinitis, which sounds like a disease of the ass, but he made...
Man, it really does. Assinitis.
Assinitis. He made Tentacles, and a whole bunch of other movies. I think, did he do Beyond the Darkness? Anyway, I can't think right now. I got too much in my brain. Anyway, Piranha 2 is definitely... I enjoy it. I got the old DVD, I got the Blu-ray, the Scream Factory released. I just love watching that piece of shit movie. I love Trash Panda.
Yeah, right.
I'm a Trash Panda. Now, but getting back to Piranha 3D, I really liked Ving Rhames in this. I mean, I like the whole entire cast in it, honestly. But when he gets to the sequel, he's terrible. He's absolutely dreadful. It's like a joke that doesn't work, that he loses his legs. Oh, I'm not even getting into it. Yeah. But you know what? This movie, I actually enjoy Adam Scott. Like, Adam Scott, to me, is very vanilla. And people love Adam Scott because, I guess, he's attractive or whatever, but I just like... He's just like, oh, there's Adam Scott. Okay. But in this movie, he's not great, but he's there, and he has a presence. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Adam Scott. Hey, Adam Scott, if you're listening, I doubt it. My apologies. I don't know what it is. We need to hang out, and then I'll be like, oh, Adam's awesome. I love Adam Scott. But I just don't. It's one of those things. I'm just like, everybody goes, oh my God. And I go, okay. So, that happens to me. Does that happen to you?
No, not exactly.
No?
But I do agree with you on Adam Scott, at least.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's like, okay.
I think we've talked about that before.
Yeah,
with Krampus. We talked about how he's not always strong enough to carry a movie.
Right.
But, yeah, so.
Anyway. So, yeah, obviously we recommend it. We're not here to... The movie of the week, if you're a new listener, we don't grade anything. We just talk about a movie and say, hey, check this out. If you haven't seen it, if it's a movie that maybe you were too young to see at the time or whatever, definitely watch it because it's fun and stupid and it makes fun of us. It makes fun of Floridians.
So yeah, you can check that out.
Do it.
Are we going to talk about some other aquatic movies now? And then I can give my secret reason why I hate aquatic movies.
Yes.
Good.
Let's do that. I'm going to take a dip in the ocean.
Yeah, just a splash.
Yeah, I'm just going to put my feet in.
Get the heat off us.
Yeah. I think somebody peed in the ocean, Nick.
Probably. Children. You can't trust them.
It was me. I had to go.
Gross.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway. Nick, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so here's the deal when it comes to aquatic horror movies, right? The way you escape the threat of aquatic horror is you just don't go in the water. That's it.
What if you don't have a choice? What if you're stuck?
See, like, that's one thing, number one, because you're already messed up. You got on a boat and you went out there
Mm-hmm.
on the water. I don't do these things. I don't do any of these things. I don't go in the water
But it's
beyond
it's not about you. It's about the
no,
people in the movie.
no, it is about me. It is about me
It is
because
not.
I don't do the things in the movie whatsoever. I watch other people and I'm like, you're stupid. You're going to get eaten by a shark. And then they get eaten by a shark. And how am I supposed to feel about that? I feel nothing.
But Chief Brody was trying to tell them people to get out of the water. But that dickhead mayor was like, we gotta let people go in the goddamn ocean. It's the 4th of July, Brody. And Brody's like, you don't understand. There's a shark out there. He's gonna eat everybody. You stupid son of a bitch. He was telling people, but they still went in the ocean. They got eaten. And then Brody's like, I got some balls. I got this Shaw guy and this Hooper dude, and we're gonna go catch that son of a bitch. And they did.
Right.
They did.
Well,
they did, Nick.
Yeah, but did they do it in time for the little boy in the tube?
No, but Brody was telling that was all the mayor's fault, not Brody's fault. But Brody's of course the one that gets slapped in the face. It's kind of like that's why I relate to Brody. It's like
because he's the Frank Grimes of.
Yeah, no, I relate to Brody because it kind of resembles what happens in my life repeatedly. It's like, hey guys, there's really a fucking wolf in the woods over here. Bullshit! You fucking asshole. You're so full of shit. Jack's such a liar. Jack's this. Jack's that. Jack's this. And then I'm like, no, really, guys. There's a fucking werewolf in the fucking woods. Yeah, okay, whatever. Kid goes in the woods, gets torn up. They slap me in the face and they go, there's a fucking werewolf in the woods. And I'm like, I told you that. No, you didn't, you son of a bitch. We knew that all along. That's that resembles what happens to me. Nick is a fucking witness.
I don't know about the werewolf part. That didn't sound very true. But the rest of it, I guess.
It's an analogy, you son of a bitch. It's like, okay, here, Nick, here's another one. There's a tiger shark in this fucking pool, and it's gonna eat your fucking dog. No, there's not. No, really, it's there. Look, you see? It's swimming. Dude, Jack, come on. Come on, Jack. Okay, fine. All right, don't believe me. No. You're full of shit. We know everything. We know how you are. Oh, okay. They put the dog in the pool. The dog gets eaten, and they're like, oh my god, why didn't you tell me about this fucking tiger shark in a pool? Oh, Jesus Christ. Understand?
I mean, these metaphors are kind of out of control, but sure.
They're comical, right?
That's things that could happen if you were in those circumstances.
I was, theoretically. Like, my dog right now is terrified. He's hiding. Because he's like, holy shit, there's a fucking tiger shark in here?
Man.
All right, anyway.
So, at any rate, just don't go in the water and you ain't got a problem. And I can't think of many other horror movies that quite applies to directly, where it's like easily avoidable problems like that. You know, you could just not do whatever it is you're doing and stuff. But maybe there are other ones that are kind of like that. But, you know, with another reason I don't like aquatic movies, they're a subgenre of the horror movie subgenre, like it's a subgenre of the creature movie horror movie genre. Okay. And I already don't normally like creature movies. You know what I mean? Because
You're a weird fucking guy.
Not always, and I'm not saying all creature movies or anything like that, but sometimes it's hard to get me like worked up about like your bad CGI monster, basically. And I especially mean that more with like modern CGI rando beasts, you know. And that doesn't interest me. There are plenty of creatures that are like fucking great horror creatures. But there's also plenty that are just like, I don't like that at all or care about it at all, you know? So there's that. And that's pretty much the reasons. I don't really care for the creatures that much. Creatures are just not my favorite horror thing.
All right, well, you're about to be proven wrong by our listeners. Fuckface.
Okay, probably not.
Here it is. This is where what I was just talking about, the analogy. This is where you're going to be like, I don't like aquatic horror. Oh, wait, okay, so I like that one. Oh wait, yeah,
No.
I do like that. I like all these movies. What the fuck? I'm an asshole.
Oh,
You're
okay,
gonna hear
let's
Nick
watch.
admit that
Let's
he's
watch.
an asshole. Here we go.
I mean,
You
I
ready?
would do that anyway, but I don't think I'm going to do it this time.
All
So
right.
I'm saying I like Jaws and Piranha, and fuck you. Oh, we shouldn't be cursing this much. Everybody's going to get mad.
Oh, yeah.
Go to heck.
I will place something in something.
Wow.
No, I won't. I just that's not my thing. Anyway, so Casey Bates says humanoids from the deep. I fucking love you, Casey. If it counts as aquatic, the fuck yes it does. If not, it does. It's a tie between Up from the Depths and Shark Night 3D. Nick, have you seen Humanoids from the Deep?
Nope.
Nick, you must watch Humanoids from the Deep.
God damn it. We're
know
starting
why?
with the... Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Okay, so Roger Corman produced this movie, and this is a movie that I saw when I was real little, and it scared the living shit out of me because I saw the end, and it all happened on like all these humanoid creatures attacked people at like a pier festival carnival thing, and I always associated it with being at Wildwood, New Jersey when I used to go there with my grandparents, and I was like always scared that these humanoids would jump up on the boardwalk and start killing people. So I saw it when I was little. I didn't see it again until about 2007 when some dude, and this is the thing, by the way, tying into the Sasuke thing I was talking about, some dude used to release VHS rip DVDs because you couldn't buy them at all. Humanoids from the Deep, no such thing. I bought it, but I also bought the DVD and Blu-ray put out by Shout Factory and then Scream Factory, so, because I buy everything that I support everything that I love. Anyway, this movie is awesome, and the only thing that's really creepy about it, it was directed by a female. Her name was, I believe, it was Barbara Peters. Right?
Oh, that's
no,
so creepy. Directed by a female.
No, here's the weird part. So she directed it, but Roger Corman wanted more. The plot of the movie is the humanoids are they're killing people, but also raping the women to plant eggs to create more humanoids from the deep. And he wanted more rape in the movie, and she's like, fuck you, I ain't doing this. So after she got done doing it, he, of course, directed the rape scenes of, like, a girl in a tent, and then she gets totally, all her clothes torn off, and then, an alien rapes her. So there's that. There's actually alien rape in... what is it? Galaxy of Terror, another Corman movie. He was really all about that shit. But he was an equal opportunist, and, he employed a lot of women, so I'm not knocking the guy. I love Roger Corman. But it's fun. You'll like it. Vic Morrow's in it, too, and he's really good at it. Did you know anything about Vic Morrow? You know who he is?
What's that?
No. You know who his daughter is?
Victoria Morrow? Is that a good guess?
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Oh,
Isn't that
okay.
fucking
That was
crazy?
a pretty bad guess.
I never knew that.
Sure. I don't know who it is. So.
Jennifer Jason Leigh? You don't know who she is?
I know who Jennifer Jason Leigh is. The other one.
You don't know Vic Morrow?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, Twilight Zone, the movie?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that's Vic Morrow. Okay, anyway. Up from the Depths, that's the only Corman fucking movie I did not see, Casey. I did not see it, and I've been kicking myself because I never bought the DVD that had it's on a dual disc, and I never bought it, and it went out of print, and it's very expensive now. But I'll find it eventually. Nick, I know you haven't seen it. No offense. Shark Night 3D, you did see, because we covered that on our previous podcast, and I have really enjoyed the shit out of that movie.
Oh, yeah. That movie was not terrible, but it was not good, like, great. Like, it was... I remember it being, like, watchable, but still insanely, like, contrived and stupid to, like, have a plot with.
For a PG-13 movie, it's damn good. Like, violent for what it is.
I did describe it at the time as being my second favorite shark movie behind Jaws.
All right. Speaking of Jaws...
Which, it's a way low second. Anyway.
You're going to be... Okay, here we go. All right. Speaking of Jaws, Richard Jason Oliver said, Jaws, but that's too obvious. And it's true. It is.
I don't
But
think
you know
it's
what?
too obvious.
No,
I think
I
it's
mean,
like if it's your favorite, it's your favorite.
yeah, it's a fucking great movie. It's I would say flawless.
You know, it's a good movie despite the fact that it's about a giant shark. Like, even aside from that, like, that movie could be about anything and it would be a good movie. That movie could have been about Bigfoot
Another
or
okay.
something, and it would have been fine. You just got to make Jaws, is what I'm
Well,
saying.
everybody did make Jaws after Jaws.
I know. They really did.
With fucking Bigfoot and, yeah, you name it.
But they never captured the magic.
Another example of a non-genre director directing a great genre movie. All right. So, I'll go... Richard, Jason Oliver said, I'll go with Creepshow 2. Metal. The Raft. I Beat You. That is an aquatic horror, and that's like an aquatic horror slasher movie. Did you see Creepshow 2, The Raft?
You know, I've seen Creepshow 2.
Of course, and you liked it, didn't you?
No, that's not really my thing.
Really?
You know it's not my thing. You know the Creepshow thing, just not that into.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't like Creepshow. He's a weirdo, people.
I'm one of them.
He's a weird trash panda. He has like one bandit eye.
I know. Yeah. I'm the one with the spikes and the bandit eye.
Fucking asshole. All right.
Oh man.
So
really
I agree.
Asshole.
He really is. I gotta admit he is. But so am I. We're both assholes. Everybody's an asshole. You listening right now, asshole.
Thanks for showing up, kids.
Thanks for showing up, kiddo. All right. But yeah, the Raft is the best part of Creepshow 2, in all honesty. It's great. It even has Daryl and Tom Hanna's sister in it. It's a true story. So, and it's kind of like a slasher movie with a trash bag, and it's fucking awesome. All right. Seth Weaver says Piranha. I believe it's the original because he didn't say 3D. So we have talked about it for a little bit, and I agree.
Yeah.
Nick, you have not seen Piranha, right?
I'm not sure which of the original Piranhas I saw, but if he's talking about the Alexander Aja one, I'm perfectly fine with his recommendation.
All right. So Justin Green says, I don't know if this counts, but I would recommend the movie Triangle. It takes place mostly on a boat. Mostly. Okay, so I should have called him Newt Green, but I didn't, because that's a Newt thing. And mostly, anyway, from Aliens. All right, forget it, Nick. See, I told you, asshole, fucking one-eyed asshole.
I just hear what you say, and it just watches over.
Did you see Triangle with Melissa George?
No, that's the one from who directed that? The one of the guys.
The Saska
Adam
brothers?
Or Joe? No, Adam or Joe. Was it Joe Lynch?
No. Triangle was directed by Christopher Smith, who directed Severance and Black Death.
Oh. I don't know what the hell I was thinking of.
I don't know what you were either, but Triangle is... Dude, you would really like Triangle.
I've been told that for years, and I still haven't had time to see it. I think it's on our favorite thing in the world, Shudder.
Yeah, it is, and I think also Hulu or Netflix. I saw it there, too. I really enjoyed it. I got the DVD like a while ago, and I was just like... I heard a lot about it. I really liked Severance a lot, so I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this. And yeah, it's a head trip kind of movie. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil it. So, next, thank you, by the way, Justin Newt Green. Next on the agenda is, hang on, I'm going to fuck up your name, my apologies. Hopefully.
Here we go.
Ninfa Carrion. If I'm wrong, let me know, and you can call me whatever you want. Death Ship. Have you seen Death Ship with Richard fucking Crenna?
No, I have no idea what this movie is.
Oh, man. Okay, so George Kennedy, Richard Crenna, fucking, who's it? Saul Rubinek. It's, bunch of people, end up on a freighter, and it's like a haunted ship. It's kind of like Ghost Ship, except better. And their fears come after them, and it's fucking great. It's a really cool movie. It's a good double bill would be Death Ship with Triangle, honestly.
Okay.
So, you haven't seen it yet, but... Okay, our buddy Andre Fenschel Jolson says, Triangle. I gave it 8 out of 10. Some not so good CGI scenes, but the story is good. Different. And if you hear yelling in the background, it's my cat begging to come into this room right now. My
Really?
apologies. Yeah. You hear
How
that?
weird. Nope.
It's like, meow.
Okay.
That's what he said. He got, meow. That's what I hear at like 3 o'clock in the morning when it's time to wake up and feed him, which I don't. Anyway. But yes, Andre, it's, Triangle is definitely a good movie, and it is different. And Nick, you should watch it. All right, Sean Kelly Jr. Never heard of this guy. I know
No.
Sean Kelly, but Jr. Maybe it's his kid. Okay, I am joking. Is it boring to say Jaws?
No, it's the right answer.
Because Jaws. Okay, that's what he says. Does the host count? Sure. It came from the Han River. Love how that movie balances humor, horror, and tragedy. Good shit. So, yeah, we're going to touch on that in a second. There is a certain forgotten, some would say for a good reason, 2000s horror movie that was described as The Descent in Space that has a pretty clever twist that makes it a bit of an aquatic horror movie. The idea of actual creatures that dwell in the deep sea is pretty terrifying to think about, but I can't think of a movie that captures the anxiety and wonder of that. Is he talking about The Host?
I think that's what he meant.
Okay.
Is that what happens in The Host? I've never seen The Host, but I have wanted to see it for a long time because I've heard it's great.
A lot of people hate it because it's one movie that the CGI I don't mind. I found it to be very entertaining, and I enjoyed it. That's all I got to say about The Host. I mean, it's a good movie. I've watched it once. Yeah, I watched it once, and I think that maybe I'd watch it again. But it is kind of a tragic movie. It has an unexpected twist. That's what I'm going to say. All right, Joseph. Thank you, by the way, Sean Kelly Jr. You're awesome. We love you. I'd hug you, but you know, we do a podcast.
Right, and you got that restraining order thing.
Yeah, I can't touch anybody, even myself. It sucks. Joseph Charlesworth says, Jaws, ... The Revenge.
Oh.
LOL. Now, that's that he has like the LOL emoji. All right, Nick. Have you seen Jaws: The Revenge starring Mario Van Peebles?
Is that part 4 or part 3?
That's 4.
Okay. I don't think is that the one with Michael Caine? Or that's
Michael
part 3?
Caine, yes, that's part 4. Part 3 is 3D. That's Dennis Quaid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I've actually seen all the Jaws movies except for Cruel Jaws.
Oh man, Cruel Jaws is great. It's
but
got not Hulk Hogan in it. Yeah, you gotta see it.
So yeah, I don't like any of the other Jaws movies. They're all
You don't like Jaws 2?
Is that?
That's the one with Keith Gordon.
Is that the one where it's like Jaws' baby is coming back?
It's the one where all the kids go out and party, sailing, and then Jaws 2 comes after them. It's kind of like a slasher movie with shark. It's fucking great.
Yeah, see, that sounds completely unappealing to me.
You know what's unappealing to you?
What's that?
Your skin from the sun out here on the beach.
Yeah, it's hard to live.
Jaws: The Revenge, I actually saw with my parents, and I was really excited about it. I actually saw Jaws 3D in the theater when it came out in 3D. And I also saw Jaws: The Revenge in the theater, same theater, which is called McDade Theater, which doesn't exist anymore. And
as most theaters do not. Actually, that's not entirely true, I guess.
A lot of them don't, yeah. But I loved Jaws: The Revenge because I just said, okay, this is ridiculous, but I love it. I loved the addition of being in Jamaica and the banana boat and Mario Van Peebles and Michael Caine I totally forgot about. after I saw it, I was like, Mary Van Peebles is awesome in this. I need to watch more and I found out that he was also in Sunny Spoon, which was a TV show, and I was excited about that. And then I found out about his dad. Blah blah blah. Jaws: The Revenge, though, is a terrible movie. It's terrible. The one thing I'll say, though, I absolutely fell in love with aquatic horror because of Jaws: The Revenge. Even though I've already liked Jaws 2 and Jaws 1 and Jaws 3. And, Humanoids from the Deep, but I never saw it until later. We had a pool in the back, and when I saw it, you ever go to a movie and you hear a song on the radio or something, and then that song is therefore associated with said movie for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So that happened with Jaws: The Revenge, and it was Heart and Soul's, T'Pol's Heart and Soul, because it came out on the radio that same week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, Jaws: The Revenge. But I would always play in the pool, and I'd pretend that a shark was coming to get me in the pool. I'm pathetic. Anyway,
Great.
Mike Merriman says, not sure if this is aquatic enough to qualify, but Dagon has always freaked me out. The island of creepy fish, people and an underwater monster thing, all sorts of nightmare fuel in that movie. I agree, Mike. Nick, have you seen Stuart Gordon's Dagon?
No idea what that is, Jack.
You should watch Stuart Gordon's Dagon. It's a good movie. And he likes Stuart Gordon. Anyway.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I saw it once.
So what's it about?
It's about a dude that goes to a fucking island, and there's a bunch of creepy fucking people, and then a fish woman, and she fucks him up, and blah, 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 blah. It's fun. Just fucking shut up. It's a good movie. I got the DVD. Vestron released the Blu-ray, but I don't think it's upgradable to Blu-ray worthy. It's good, though. I enjoy it. Nightmare Fuel, maybe the people with the non-faces, but that's about it, really. Nick, have you seen it? No. Okay.
No, I did not.
Mike, sorry he didn't see it.
Do you see how I don't even seek out the aquatic horror movies because it's one of my least favorite
there's going to be one I haven't seen. It's coming up. All right.
Okay.
Ulysses Williams says, honest people say Jaws.
Is that a real name of someone who follows us?
It is somebody who is on. Well, I don't know if they follow us, but they're commenting on our Facebook post.
Amazing.
He says, honest people say Jaws. People who want to be acknowledged on the show say Open Water. Nick, have you seen Open Water?
No, I want to say no, but I might have. Is that a shark one?
No, that's the one, it's about water, and it opens, and, more water goes in.
Oh my God, I saw that in my tub.
Yes, it's about a couple that goes boating, and then they end up in the middle of the ocean, and then sharks around them and eat the husband, apparently, or both of them. I don't know, because that's a movie I have not seen.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, am I going to watch a movie of 80 minutes where people hang out in the ocean and sharks swim around? I don't know.
Nah, you sound a little like me.
I just wasn't. I didn't find it appealing at the time. And there's one movie I have to watch, but I still haven't, called The Shallows, which I heard was fun. Anyway.
Well, and then there's also 47 Meters Down. It's the same thing.
I watched that.
Yeah, what's it like? They just sit in a little shark cage forever?
But you know what? The same director of that made Strangers Prey at Night, which is funny. But, I did not... I found it to be grating. I like Matthew Modine, but that's, I like Mandy Moore or whatever. But, I'm just I don't care. Eat the girls. But they didn't. I think they left. I fell asleep. My girlfriend was like... I woke up and she goes, you didn't miss anything. So... Anyway, Ulysses, thank you very much for... I will watch Open Water one day. It'll happen.
And I won't.
Uh-huh. Well, you know. Josh Ian, shit. It's been a while.
Josh Ian.
It's been a while, dude. Also, at Rhythmic Drummer, Instagram. I've got to give a shout out to some of my favorites as a kid. Of course, Jaws. But one summer in the mid-'80s, they were playing Orca the Killer Whale over and over, and I watched most of them. I haven't seen it since because I know it must be horrible. It is. Not in that sense, but I'll get to that. Later on, I really dug Dead Calm. I liked Nicole Kidman's, but in Deadcom, but that's a different story. More of a thriller, but certainly some horror elements. More recently, I absolutely loved The Host, South Korean monster movie everyone should see. Pretty good, or pretty... Wait a minute. Yeah, South Korean monster movie everyone should see. Pretty Guys, you talked about it back on the old pod.
I think
we're pretty guys.
Sure.
No,
pretty
we're
sure.
pretty guys.
No, we're keeping the shirts on the beach.
I'm
type
pretty.
Of guys. That's...
I'm pretty. I'm taking the compliment. Thanks, Josh. I feel pretty. Thank you.
Okay.
That means I feel myself pretty.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. I know I am. Thank you.
It's one of them days.
Dead calm though. Nicole Kidman. She's beautiful. She really is. She is. She's beautiful. I love her. I think
she was. I mean, she's getting older.
She can get older, and that's fine with me. I'm getting older too.
Oh, that's true. You are older than me, so you might like that. I find it kind of weird when, and I mean, this is totally aside from the podcast, but we still have to talk about it. As you get older, you find people more attractive who are older than you ever would have found attractive previously. Isn't that weird?
So, Orca the Killer Whale. Dude, have you seen Orca the Killer Whale?
No, I have not seen Orca the Killer Whale. But that one is one that I'm more interested in seeing.
Dude,
because,
heartbreaking. It will fucking make you want to punch the fuck out of people. Like, dude, okay. Imagine being like a little killer whale and you have a little baby, and then this fucking asshole with his fucking crew with goddamn Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds. He's in it. Carradine's in it. And they kill your baby. And you're crying. And you're crying. And you're crying. And you're like, I'm going to remember that motherfucker. And I'm going to get him. That's what Orca the Killer Whale is.
Yeah, that's also the plot. And I mean, it's not really a plot because it happened in real life. But if you watch the documentary called Blackfish, yeah, that's what happens.
Dude.
Those fish, man.
They aren't stupid. And,
don't mess with them.
It's a good movie. I think Orca ranks up there with Jaws. Like, it's a good fucking movie. Definitely. Alright, so, Cole. And I'm not going to pronounce his name because I'll read this. Okay. Cole writes, Hey Jack. A for effort last episode. But it's pronounced Antone a Vich.
That's his name?
Antonovich. Yeah.
And you're still saying it wrong?
No. But he goes...
Antonovich?
Victch. Would you say that's Vitch or Vichish? Vikish.
Dude, don't ask me.
All right, I'll ask him. Antonovich. That's what I'm going to call you. Antonovich. Cole Antonovich says, anyways, aside from the obvious answer of Jaws, J go with Sphere. See, it's I, not... You're pronouncing I wrong. You wrote J. I'm just kidding. Saw it in the theater in middle school, and being too young to realize the star-studded cast, it didn't matter. Come on, man. Come on, Cole. No, just kidding. Didn't matter as it was oozing with atmosphere and downright creepy. Sphere is a movie that I absolutely purchased on DVD. Never saw it. It was one of my first blind buy movies, and I gotta say, I don't remember shit about it except it had Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, Liev Schreiber, and Samuel Jackson. And I don't remember.
Wasn't it like? Didn't it come out around the same time as Cube?
It may have.
And therefore, it's hard to remember like what happened in it because it was overshadowed by Cube. I believe it came out in the early 2000s, and I'm fairly certain I've seen Sphere, but I don't remember what happened in it at all.
I too don't remember what happened in the movie at all. I don't. I just... Nope.
Interesting.
It's... And the funny thing is that if you close your eyes, Dustin Hoffman and Liev Schreiber have the same exact voice. Close your eyes, listen to Liev Schreiber talk, and then listen to Dustin Hoffman talk. And they're both in the same movie. So if you close your eyes, you won't know who's talking. Anyway.
I don't know if you mean I should do these things now or
No, later. You don't have to do them now.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go put your shoes on. Go up to the hotel, and you have your own room. We're not sharing a room, and
right.
Rent Sphere, and just close your eyes.
Okay.
And go to sleep because it sucks. Anyway, speaking of, no, it didn't. It didn't suck. I don't. I just one of those movies.
Can't remember
I don't remember. Yeah,
exactly.
I think Queen Latifah wasn't Queen Latifah in it too.
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna watch the trailer.
Let me check.
Real quick.
I gotta check this out.
Wait, it came out in 1998.
1998.
So like I said, early 2000s. I was off by a couple of years.
I'm right. Queen Latifah wasn't, and Huey Lewis was the fucking helicopter pilot. Barry Levinson directed that shit. Michael Crichton wrote the novel. I don't remember it. Wow.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I actually remember seeing it in theaters.
Oh no, I just saw it on DVD. I probably got to watch it again. It might be really good, and I'm just an asshole. Because at the time I was just like, eh. But Justin Mashburn says, I know it's not a good movie, but I love Sphere. The cryptic nature of the events unfolding around them, combined with the code breaking and the madness that some of the characters experience, makes it one of my favorite deep sea creature features. The ending is shit, but I love it anyway. And then Cole Antonovich says, Justin Mashburn, you're right. It's not a good movie, but it's a great movie. Now, there's a couple I do want to mention. Have you seen Deep Blue Sea, Nick?
The one where Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten by a shark.
The best theater experience before I saw Grindhouse. Like, dude, it was a sold-out crowd. And when he's going on his tirade, whatever. I'm tired. And he's like, aren't you going to do it? And the shark just comes up and bites his head.
Yeah.
It's terrible CG too.
Oh, terrible CGI.
But when it happened, the whole theater erupted in applause and laughter, and they couldn't stop laughing for the next 2 to 3 minutes. I am not exaggerating. I didn't hear what happened in the next scene because it was like being in a comedy club. And the movie got even more laughs and applause as it progressed because just the parrot got eaten, and it's a stupid movie, and it has one hell of a cast too. But one that I would say is kind of aquatic, but mostly takes place in this city. Alligator.
I have also never seen Alligator. Now that one came out. Was that one in the 80s or was it all the way back in the 70s?
That was in the 80s.
Early 80s?
Yeah. It's like 80, 81. I think Louis Teague directed it, John Sayles wrote it, and Robert Forster is in it, and Jack loves it. You know what the plot is, Nick?
There's alligators in New York City.
No, there's just
Subway?
one. But it's remember, I'm sure you heard the urban legend, kid gets a baby alligator, the parents flush it down the toilet, and it lands in the sewer, and it becomes a massive alligator that eats people. Henry Silva is also the alligator killer. God damn, Nick, Alligator is a treasure. It's a great movie. It's so, you know what it would pair up great with? Either Chud or The Stuff. It's so good. Nick.
Okay. Now, you see, I'm more interested in watching something like that because, A, it's not happening out in the fucking ocean that you could easily avoid, and B, it's based on a stupid urban legend, and, I mean, that's kind of good.
It's a lot of fun. Robert Forster makes fun of his hair plugs or toupee. It's so good. I love that movie. I have the disc, and it's out of print, and people are clamoring for it to get released on Blu-ray. And guess what? It hasn't happened yet. And
Okay.
Yeah. But the disc I have is worth a lot of money. If I sell it, I could probably get an easy $80 for it. Maybe I should do that.
Mm.
What do you think?
Probably not. I mean, unless you really love, like $80. That's like, how many other things could you get for $80? Unless you really love it.
But then if I sell something else, then it would be like, say, $280. And if I sell something, it all adds up.
I guess so.
All right. I'm thinking about it. $80. If anybody wants it, contact me. At JacobK999, which I'll probably change on Twitter.
So this is just the sell your shit show now?
Yeah. It's like Tradio.
Great. So what's next? Do we have any more Facebook comments?
No, that's it.
Right, and all of those were from the Jack and Nick Horror Show page on Facebook, where we occasionally ask for our, what do you call it, listener participation stuff. Mm-hmm. And big surprise, we finally got the password back to our Twitter account because I guessed it and it was right. That's how easy it was. And we also have some responses from Twitter this time, only a handful, but let's go over them. I think the first one is interesting. It's from @JacobK999, and it's Navy SEALs. Jack, that was yours, and it is not a horror movie.
No comment.
Okay, continuing.
I was making a statement.
Amish Assassin 8, who's been a listener and friend of ours for a long time, he told me his favorite is hard, but he told me and Jack, I should say, his favorite is hard, but enjoyable, and then he makes a list of the enjoyable ones: Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, Deep Rising, Deep Star 6, Leviathan, and Piranha. He has original Part 2, remake Part 2, so he likes it.
Shit.
He likes the whole damn thing.
He likes a lot of deep movies.
We said Deep Blue Sea. What's Deep Rising?
Deep Rising is the one that the guy that made The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. It has Treat Williams in it and Famke Janssen.
Wow. Now, until you said Famke Janssen, mm-hmm. There's nothing that would ever make me want to watch that movie. And even then, Famke Janssen is not a hard enough sell to make me watch that movie against the other junk you mentioned.
It's a fun movie. They're on a ship, and the monster comes onto the ship and comes after them and kills them one by one.
Never gonna watch it. Deep Star 6. What the hell is that?
Deep Star 6 is that one has Greg Evigan from My Two Dads, and it also has what is it? Who the fuck else is it? Miguel Ferrer, who is George Clooney's cousin. It has the guy with the eyes, Matt McCoy, from Police Academy 5 and Hand Rock's Cradle, and he gets bitten in half, and that's what's on the poster, where it's the scuba diving outfit, the one with the big helmet shit, and it's like bitten in half, and it's all blue, but it's like half a body. He's the guy that gets eaten in half, and it's stupid. It's funny, that movie and Leviathan came out at the same time, and, like, they were all, how, like, there's K-9 and then Turner and Hooch, and, like, Deep Impact and Armageddon, and all, like, those things happen all the time because somebody's making a movie and somebody from that set gets fired, and they go, hey, guys, they're making this movie, and they go, okay, we're going to make this movie, just like that movie, except it's not going to be the same movie, but it's going to, we're going to ride the coattails. So Deep Star 6 is it's a fun movie. You know who else is in it? The girl that was in Beverly Hills Cop. I can't remember her name. The one that played Jenny in that. She was also in 10 to Midnight. I'm fucking stupid. Go on.
So you got at Celadon_Sundown, the Sun Blindness, which is a psychedelic band from Melbourne. They responded with...
You know who that is? That's Tor. Come on.
Oh, that's Tor?
That's Tor.
Oh, yeah, that's Tor.
That's my buddy, her buddy Tor.
Alligator from 1980, which we just talked about.
Motherfucker, Tor, you're a good man.
Robert Robert Foster is cool. Forster is cool in this film.
Mm-hmm.
So is the alligator. And, they see that's the most intriguing part to me. I'll watch a movie with an alligator in it. That's different.
But just imagine a movie with Robert Forster and an alligator.
He also mentioned, and all the Jaws films. So then we also got one more response from our Twitter account, and it is from a new follower of ours, a guy who had, up until moments ago, no followers on Twitter, but now he's got one, and it's us.
Aww. I hope you feel special.
Pete Dunzo. Welcome to our followers, Pete Dunzo. You're going to get talked about a bunch, probably, because we're the first people to follow you.
Guess what? Pete followed me, so guess what? Pete, we're doing this live. I'm following you back. Yeah. There you go.
Right. We better check his tweets and make sure he's not a Nazi, because it seems like there's a million of those out there, right?
There are?
Yeah, on Twitter. Seems like, bro. Anyway, he's not. It looks like he's not a Nazi. He is not a Nazi.
He's not Z.
Right. That's not good either. Okay, so anyway, his movie is Dagon, the one that I did not see, and we just talked about, so we're not going to discuss it again. I just want to mention, Jack, I made it all the way to the end here, and it seems like
you do like aquatic horror movies.
No, I really fucking don't. I don't. I made it, and I told you, I got it.
You haven't seen.
I haven't. All right, I'll give you one. I'll see that alligator movie, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Otherwise, I'm not going in the water. I don't even go in the water. I don't do that stuff. It's just no. I don't do that stuff. I don't go in the water.
Well, I did. Is that the end?
Oh, the end of the ocean. The end of summer. Dude, the other day I was at the mall. They already have pumpkin candles out at the candle shop at the mall. Mm-hmm. And it's July 24th yesterday when I went to the mall and saw that shit. Or 23rd, whatever. And like, dude, chill out. Like, I'm a guy who loves fall. Fall is my time of year.
Me too.
Look, we're horror movie nerds to the point that we have spoken for thousands of hours promoting movies and not getting paid for it. Look, I just chill out and let kids enjoy their summer.
Yeah.
Like if when I was a kid, I hated Back to School. I hate it now.
That's a good movie.
No. I'm talking about the Back to School out there in the world at Target. And Walmart and shit. You don't need to force the kids to go back to school so quick. I know you all want it to be Halloween tomorrow, but there's a reason why we wait. It's because it's sweeter when it gets here. And if you just have Halloween start in July, chill out.
Yeah, because then by the time October gets here, you're burnt out.
Right, and then Halloween doesn't have as much of an impact. Yeah. And that happens. Halloween,
do you go trick-or-treating as a fucking 30-year-old? No, you don't. So, this whole entire excitement for Halloween thing, let me explain something. I get excited for Halloween because I get excited for the fall and the Halloween season and watching horror movies. That's what I do for Halloween. Handing out candy? No. It hardly happens with me. Because there's no kids around that walk to my house. Alright?
Right.
But, Halloween... It's a kid's holiday. It is. We know this. We also know that if you want to enjoy it as an adult, please, I do, you do, but like Nick said, it's July. It's fucking July. These are the same people that go, you're not gonna believe this shit. Halloween's over and they already got Christmas shit out. This is bullshit. It's like, okay, so that's like November? And the next month is December. It's not 8 months or 6 months prior to that they're getting excited about it. It becomes a thing. It becomes a thing like bacon when there was that bacon craze.
Yeah, you remember? And then, speaking of, at the candle store, you could buy bacon-scented candles and such.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, everybody all of a sudden loves bacon. And then when they realize that it's cute little piggies, they're like, you know what? I don't like bacon really. I just was trying to fit in with the trend. The October thing, I love October. I love September and October, and you know what? November, and I love December, and I love January too. February can kind of go fuck itself. March, yeah, it can go fuck itself, but I still have it. I take vacation during March because nobody else does. Shall we go over every month? No. October, Halloween, enjoy it all you want. But when you get excited about Halloween and it falls on a weekday, it kind of sucks. You gotta admit.
It does suck. It does. And especially for kids, because, dude, they, like a lot of kids, my kid included, you have to go trick-or-treating at the mall these days because people don't open their doors in this area, right? And when you go to the mall after school, all the candy's gone because all the toddlers went during the day and took it.
Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, dude, when I lived in California, that's another thing I loved about California. People love fucking... every episode we say this, but they love the 80s. And they're like, 80s this, 80s that. You want to experience the 80s? Go to California. Get in a fucking moving van and move to California. I'm telling you why. The suburban parts. Like the Southern California. Dude, I live near E.T. and Poltergeist house, right?
Right.
Imagine this, Nick, if you will. You meet up with your neighbors who have little kids, and they're like, we're going to go around the entire block because we live in a cul-de-sac, and we're going to go trick-or-treating. Every single person gives out candy to the kids. And they come home with a giant fucking bag of candy. Why? Because they love life out there. They're not curmudgeons. They're not fucking dicks about everything. They actually care and give the kids, and the kids get so excited. Dude, it's like when we were little out there. It's so beautiful to see. I was like, this is great. Anymore on this side, shit, I don't know about whoever's listening, wherever you're from, please let us know if you actually experience the same thing. But yeah, every year it got less and less. And even when I lived in the old suburban neighborhood there, where I used to go trick-or-treating, and I'd come home with 2 giant pillowcases filled with shit.
Yeah.
When I would stay there with my girlfriend, my parents would be out or whatever, there'd be like maybe 10 kids tops. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people that pulled out around here.
Man, it's like I wish kids could experience things to the fullest, and I mean, in their own way, they do. It's just different for them,
right?
So I'm not saying, basically all I'm saying is, Halloween's for the kids. Don't ruin it by over celebrating early and then not enough later on.
Right.
Because dude, the thing I hate the most is when we reach Halloween and everybody's already celebrating Christmas. And then they celebrate Christmas for 2 months, and by the time Christmas comes, everybody's like, fuck Christmas, I'm glad it's over with.
I'm so glad it's over with, yeah.
I love it more when things are perfectly paced, and you have like about 6 to 8 weeks of Halloween and about 6-ish weeks of Christmas, and you throw in Thanksgiving in the middle, you know? Poor old Thanksgiving, the middle child that gets forgotten amongst the holidays. Jack, we have a show to end before everybody hates us and turns us off.
No. Hey, there's the thing. Remember, for my birthday, I used to have a Halloween party in July where everybody would dress up like 80s people. And then I would kill them. That was fun. But, like, that is different because it's like Christmas in July kind of thing. You know,
right.
People do.
Netflix literally had a Christmas in July playlist on. When I came into the living room this morning, my son's watching The Grinch. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
I mean, but I get it, though, because I get it where people really love Halloween because it's like a cool thing to do and stuff, but it almost becomes like a trendy thing in a way where it loses its luster. I'm saying personally, and I guess for you too, where it just becomes a thing where it's like, I don't know. It's like the whole Spartacus thing. I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. And they're trying to cover for Spartacus. But instead, it's in a different way. It's like, I love Halloween. No, I love Halloween. No, me. I love Halloween. Look, I have all the Halloween decorations, and it's only August. Whoa. You know, that kind of shit.
Right, and I mean, you know, granted, by the time the Halloween stores open at the end of August, I'll be proven a hypocrite anyway because I'll be going right away for no reason. But whatever. Just I wish people would just chill. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
And whoever's young and listening and going, these guys are fucking. You're gonna get like this.
You're gonna get like
this. You're gonna get like this. You're gonna just get tired of people's bullshit. People who are like, and we're giving life lessons here, and you deserve it. When you reach the age of like late 30s into 40, right after you hit that 40 thing, you're just like, you know what? It's not worth it.
Yes, it being life and living it. It's just
people.
Just we're all going to the grave.
Yeah, we're all gonna die, and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But also, hear me out. Once in a while, when people try to point fingers, you have to prove them wrong. It's true. Nick knows what I'm talking about. But you have to prove them wrong. And then they flip out and go, blah! And you're like, done. That's how you get rid of them. You just prove them wrong. You lawyer them. That's it. That's all you have to do. Start practicing now. Get your facts down. And then give your dissertation and say, here it is. Anyway, Halloween is in October. We're going to have a Halloween show, hopefully. And when we do, it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about Halloween. So,
right.
And we love Halloween. We love Thanksgiving. Christmas.
You know what what I'm really looking forward to this year for us is the end of year episode, which will then be followed by the end of the decade episode. Mm-hmm. Just I have to bring it up every episode, and we almost finished without me doing it, but here we are. So,
well, can't you just enjoy July right now, and then worry about the end of the year and decade later?
I'm already making my list.
See, you're a fucking hypocrite.
I'm one of those people. All right, so follow me at New Jersey Nick on Twitter. Jack is at JacobK999.
I'm gonna change it. That's a stupid name.
Yeah, 999.
It was 666 until Satanists were like, dude, do you celebrate Satan? Like,
right. Can we talk about our Lord and Savior?
It's like, yeah. I also, whatever. Just not in the mood.
That up. The other thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I ain't got the time for this. I just got to change my whole name because people are stupid. Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway,
I'm going to change it again.
At Jack and Nick Show. No, we're live again on Twitter is what I'm trying to talk about here, man.
Yeah,
we're live.
Yeah,
for
at
real.
Jack and Nick Show. Yes, we're back. Nick has the has guessed the password for us.
Right, and you can also find us on Facebook. We look forward to seeing you there so that you can be part of the future listener participation questions. That's it. We have to end the show because we're going on, and just the old man bitching period has started. So
yeah, we're getting tired and this is what happens too. You get tired and you get cranky at night.
But then as soon as you get into bed, as soon as you go to bed, you can't sleep. You got to take a quart of NyQuil.
And then you wake up and you gotta pee, and then you pee on your pants.
17. Oh well, some of us don't pee on our pants, but at any rate,
it's dark. You don't want to wake up your girlfriend, or your wife, or some people that are married.
Good night.
When you pass 40, trust me. If you're 30, hear me out. If you're 30, you're gonna try to fucking do everything you can. You're gonna try to have sex with as many people as you can, but then when you get to 31, you're gonna be like, you know what, maybe not. 32, definitely not. 33, that's when you're like, you know what, that shit's over. Holy shit, in 7 years I'm gonna be 40. 2 years later, you're 40.
Right.
And then you're like,
oh my god.
Yep. Then you're
I'm
gonna
not
be
even 40 yet.
It's gonna happen.
I'm not.
Tomorrow when you wake up, you're gonna be 40.
Exactly. Somehow I'm going to be 40 by the end of this year, and it doesn't even make sense because it's not been 40 years since I was born.
It happened to my girlfriend, and she was like, "Hey, this is great. I love film. Yeah, party time." And not party, but she was just like, "Yeah, this is great. I'm happy." And then all of a sudden, 40 hit, and she was like, "What the fuck happened? I don't even want to celebrate. Fuck you. Like, just letting you know. Enjoy it now. Take it one month at a time. Don't celebrate Halloween in July. Trust me.
So, good night.
Nick's right.
Good night.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're saving people's lives here.
I think we are.
No, we're not. We're assholes. All right, good night, for real. I hate you. Long episode. Summer spectacular.